No.
Well, here we are.
Welcome to the squad, Betty.
Colonel Matt. I'm still not at the big boy table.
Oh my God. This is like comedy hour at the time.
I can't argue with that because I can tell you, my 10-year career, I've only met two.
What?
Get out of here. I wish you guys could have seen what just happened. I mean, it was like Craig and Smokey.
Any point in time that it gets crazy, hey, I'm a for service and walk out. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't even work here.
Right. What building is this?
What is going on, Galaxy Con? How's everybody doing? You guys are not excited to be here at all. We're gonna try that again. All right, everybody's listening, right? Everybody's listening. All right, what is up, Galaxy Con? How are we doing? That is what I'm talking about, man. I am Sergeant First Class Briley. I am super excited to be back with you guys as we close out Galaxy Con. Everybody say boo.
Ooh.
Man, I am super excited. I've got Staff Sergeant Cobo here.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
From the Winston-Salem Recruiting Company. So if you are in Winston-Salem, we're going to be giving out his information at the end of this podcast.
Hit me up.
He is the go-to guy to get in the Army.
I'm your guy.
I'm telling you, this guy
right
is
there.
motivated, and he's going to be your best friend. But that is not why we're here today. That is not why everybody is crowding us. They are here because we are giving this bad boy away.
Oh, yeah.
You guys are not excited at all.
Do you want to win? You don't look like you want to win.
I don't think he wants to win. I'm going to take this home.
I need the face of a winner. You don't even look happy.
No,
There's a smile.
There we
There.
go. All right. So, yes, we have spent the past 4 days getting entries for this awesome Call of Duty Modern Warfare PS4 controller, and it is time to give it away.
Let's do it.
All right. So I've got my list. How many people do you think entered to win this thing?
I want to say 7,000 people.
That would be wonderful, but that's
That
not the
would be
case.
awesome. No.
We have 289 people.
Yes.
289 people
Yes.
entered to win this thing. So I've got a random number generator. Everybody's got a number next to their name, and we're going to go into Google.
Okay.
And between numbers 1 and 289, I'm going to hit this generate button. And it's going to tell me a number.
Okay.
All right, you as my witness.
All right. I'm watching.
1 through 289.
1 through 289.
What number do you think is going to be?
My lucky number's 17.
Okay, 17. I'm going to go with 136.
What do you got, sir? 123.
All right.
What do you got? 69. Okay.
Let's see what happens. It's rolling 288.
288.
That was like it almost went. It would have been funny if it went to 289.
That would have been funny.
I did not rig this at all. All right, so let's see who is number 288. I don't even know how to say that name. Let's see. Fabrico Marin? Is there a Fabrico Marin here?
Marin Fabrico.
All right, let's try getting him on the phone. Let's see what happens. I was about to read their entire phone number out for all of social media, and I was like, that's probably not a smart idea.
Everyone's going to call them now.
See if this works. It's going to say U.S. government. They're gonna hit the hater button. We had that happen earlier. Sergeant Henry tried to give something away, and the hater buttoned him.
Guess he didn't want the controller.
Yeah, he gave away a Funko Pop or something like that. If they don't, we'll leave them a voicemail. Super excited voicemail.
That's it.
Tell them to get a hold of me, and we'll go from there.
Hopefully that's a real name.
If not, if he ain't got a voicemail, I'm moving on to the next one.
Please leave your message for.
We don't want their number. All right, so let's pick a new number.
All right.
All
Are you
right.
sticking with the same number over there?
Sticking with the same number, sir.
85.
Wait, hang on. Bam. I don't like 159. Let's see who is 159. We are looking at Eric Morton. Eric Morton, are you here? Before I call you,
Bueller.
Bueller.
No, I guess not.
Get him on the phone. Hopefully he answers.
This feels like one of the radio shows that I listen to in the morning when they prank call people.
We could do that. Hello, my name is Officer Briley. I'm with the Raleigh recruiting or the Raleigh Police Department. Did I do that with your boss yesterday?
Captain Barber, yeah, you got him. He texted me.
I've got your
Your call
soldier
is
here.
Automatic voice message system.
All right, I will call them back later. We'll get them on the phone. I don't want their number read
Alrighty.
across the entire social media platforms. But hey, Eric Morton, we're going to be getting a hold of you later to give this to you. Congratulations. We will get this to you one way or another, whether it's me coming to your house and delivering this in person or whether it's me shipping it to you. We will get this to you. Thanks to everybody for entering. If you didn't win, I'm sorry. But there is some good news. We have lots of free T-shirts. So
we do.
Grab you a T-shirt if you did not win, if you have not already. And with that being said, I'm going to kind of transition this podcast over to Sergeant Cobo.
Alrighty.
So Sergeant Cobo.
Yes, that's me.
I'm super glad to have you here. You're a nerd yourself, right?
I am. Yes, I am.
What is your go-to nerd thing?
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops.
So I collect and sell Funko Pops. I have almost 500 Funko Pops of my own.
That's a lot of Funko Pops.
It takes up a lot of space.
What would you say your favorite Funko Pop is?
My favorite Funko Pop would have to be the Punisher from the Netflix series where he's holding Daredevil's helmet.
What?
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's awesome.
And
It's
you have how many?
Almost 500.
Where do you keep them all?
So right now they're in storage bins in my garage until I set up shelves. Once I set up shelves, they're getting put on the wall and displayed for everyone to see.
Do you have just a room dedicated to your Funko Pops?
So I used to have them on the wall next to my bed. So every morning when I woke up, it was a great day because I was just staring at my Pops.
Nice.
Yeah. So there was no waking up on the wrong side of the bed.
That's what's up. So you love this kind of stuff. You love do you
This
come
is
to
my
these things
element.
often?
So when I was in New York, I went to a New York City Comic-Con after party at a bowling alley, and we were all there geeking out. There were free raffles. Everyone was hanging out, having a blast. But this is actually my first Comic-Con.
Okay. So you like Comic-Cons though?
Yes.
You like the idea. Would you ever pay the money to go to San Diego Comic-Con?
Yes.
We were talking to somebody yesterday.
It wasn't me.
No.
It wasn't me.
Oh, it was Sergeant McAdoo. We were talking to
Okay.
Sergeant McAdoo yesterday, and she was like, no offense, GalaxyCon. I would like to preface this next comment by saying, GalaxyCon, Raleigh, we appreciate you guys so much. It's been
This
an
was
awesome event, and we are super appreciative of all the people that you have brought here. But she was like, from her perspective, there's nobody important here.
Is she kidding me?
I got nothing, man.
JD's here.
Right?
Tommy from the Power Rangers
Right.
is literally sitting
Right.
200 feet behind us.
Right? And I'm like, man.
I met Rob Van Dam yesterday.
There's so many cool people here.
Yes.
The cast of American Pie
yes.
was like the whole reason I was excited to be here, man. It was funny. We first got here, and I'm on the ship is going somewhere, but we got here Tuesday, loaded this giant vehicle in behind us, and we were talking to one of the guys from the 82nd Airborne.
Okay.
And we were talking about all the people that were going to be here, and we're like, yeah, this person. And I was like, I'm super excited to see William Shatner. And he was like, who's William Shatner?
What?
I was like, get out of the building right
go
now.
home.
Who
go
do you
home.
think you are saying who is William Shatner?
I saw him at a distance yesterday,
Yep.
and that was enough.
Yeah. Huge Trekkie fan myself. So love it. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Now, I was talking to Sergeant McAdoo yesterday, and we were telling her she'd never heard of San Diego Comic-Con.
I know.
And I was like, if you want to see the A-list people,
Yes.
all the major, Marvel people,
Oh, yeah.
Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, like Chris Pratt, like you got to go to San Diego.
That looks like Shawn Michaels up there.
It does.
A very older Shawn Michaels.
Very older. So let's talk about you, man. So
Alrighty.
you have been in the Army for where are you from? Because
So
that's interesting.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Right. But your background is?
I'm Ecuadorian, Italian, Irish, German, and Czechoslovakian.
That is a lot.
Yes, it is.
So have you ever been to any of those places with
I
that being
have
your
not,
background?
no.
Do you want to go to those places?
Yes. Eventually, yes. Just for the food.
Oh.
I love food.
One
love
thing
food.
I'm super appreciative about the Army is that I've got to travel quite a bit. I've got to go to a lot of different cool places. And I'm thankful because I'm a foodie.
Yes.
So
Definitely.
all the different types of food that I've got to eat have just been absolutely wonderful.
Definitely.
And so you've been in the Army for how long?
A little over 9.5 years.
9.5 years. And so looking back 9.5 years, what made you want to join the Army?
So growing up, I would hear my grandpa's stories from World War II and him growing up in the mid 1920s and 30s, just hearing all his stories. So I wanted to be just like grandpa. And when it came time for me to join, I was a volunteer NYPD police officer.
Okay.
I did that for about 5.5 years. I was with the underage vice program.
Wow.
Going and doing walking into bars, bodegas, buying alcohol with no identification.
Trying to catch people.
Right. Selling it to minors. So
Yeah.
I did that. That was a lot of fun. I was also on the equipment recovery team. So if you got fired and didn't turn your gear in, we went to pick it up.
Okay.
So that was a blast. And then
we're here for your stuff.
Yeah. And then I just hit a point where I've always wanted to do it. And I said, you know what? If I don't do it, I'm never going to do it and I'm going to regret it.
Right.
So I walked into the recruiting office and I said, listen, dude, I want to be the guy in the movies. I want to go after bad guys, jump out of airplanes. I want to be that
tanks.
guy. Do something, drive a Humvee off a moving airplane in the middle of the sky.
It's funny. For the past couple days, really for the past couple months, we've been doing this podcast, The Squad Bay. And it's been Chris Hall and I. Shout out to Chris Hall. I hope you're watching.
Travel safe.
And one of the things that we have preached is that the Army is so much more than driving tanks and jumping out of airplanes. But you were the guy that wants to do just that.
So I was that guy, but that is not what I signed up to do.
What did you sign up to do?
Radio communications.
Okay. So again, this goes back to our last podcast. We had Sergeant Henry here who was talking about being a petroleum specialist.
Yes.
The
guys who fill up the spaceships.
Exactly. The spaceships, just shuttle door guys.
Yes.
Well, join the Space Force. So tell us a little bit about your job. What made you pick it and what it is?
So what made me pick the 25 uniform was that it came with an airborne contract.
Nice.
So at the time, I didn't really score too high on the ASVAB, but I qualified for some things. And that was the only one that came with an airborne contract.
Okay.
What I didn't know is that anybody can volunteer for airborne in AIT.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They didn't tell you that.
I knew nothing about the Army.
Right.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah.
So I picked that job, went through basic training at Fort Benning, which was a lot of fun. Fort Benning, side note,
Fort Benning
is one of the only Army bases that make bean soup.
Really?
Yes. It is amazing. I've had it there and in Germany.
Okay.
Never any other Army base. It's amazing.
Learn something new every day.
Yes. And then I went to Fort Gordon for AIT. I was there for about 5 months, just learning every other signal MOS's job.
Right.
For the first maybe 10 weeks. Just learning everything else. Computers, satellites, switches and routers. And then I started learning the legit radios and antennas, which was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And then after that, I went to airborne school, which was really cool. I was scared, though.
So I'm curious. So flashback.
Okay.
A couple weeks ago on this podcast. Well, man, it's been a couple months now. We talked to a gentleman, Sergeant First Class Ladano, out of, I think he's out of the Lumberton recruiting station. And he was telling us about him and his brother, how they went back and forth joining the Army. And finally, his brother followed him. I was like, all right, I'm going to join the Army. And became a mortuary affairs specialist.
Nice. Cosmetics.
Yeah. But the thing that got us was that he was an airborne mortuary affairs specialist, which to this day, I still don't understand what a mortuary affairs specialist needs to be airborne for. There's a whole joke. I'll tell you the joke later. I can't say it on this podcast. But why does your job need to be airborne?
So as a 25 uniform signal guy, I need to be airborne because the first sergeant, the commander, my unit, whoever I'm supporting, they jump out of airplanes.
Fair. Okay.
And when I was in the 82nd, I was on the line with the 12 Bravos, the combat engineers.
Right.
So when those guys jump out to clear the airfield, they need radio communications.
Got it.
I'm there with them, troubleshooting if anything goes wrong, fixing stuff, setting up our field antenna up in the tree.
So you're right there behind them, making sure that when they get on the ground, they can communicate.
Yes.
Man, that's cool.
Yes.
And so looking back to airborne school, would you say what was the feeling that was going through your head, the thoughts as you were about to jump out of that plane for the very first time?
So I'm sitting there and I'm sweating. I'm like, dude, this is really high.
I can't
really
do this.
high.
I don't want to do this anymore.
And I don't like the falling feeling. Like going straight down on a roller coaster where your heart leaves your body.
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling.
No.
But I'm not afraid of heights.
Oh, I am.
So I spoke to my dad the night before. He said, son, 1, you're from Brooklyn. Enough said.
Yeah, yeah,
Two,
for sure.
if you don't go, no one behind you is going to be able to jump. So you have to jump.
You have to.
And that's what made me jump.
Was your dad airborne?
No, he's an MTA bus driver back in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man, that's funny.
Yeah. So that was it right there. Him
You
telling me you have to go.
You just jumped.
Yeah.
Man,
Dad-
that's cool.
Yeah. Dad said go, and that was it. I went.
And so, you're active duty or reserve?
I'm active duty.
Okay. And so, what are some of the places that you've been stationed at in your 9 years? You said 9 years, right?
Yes.
So, what are some of the places you've been stationed at in your 9 years?
So my first 5.5 years, I was with the 82nd Airborne at Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg. Okay.
I did 2 rotations to JRTC. We went to Germany for a little while. I've been to a couple different units there. And then I just wanted to change.
Right.
So I volunteered to be a recruiter.
Why did you volunteer to be a recruiter?
One, I like helping people. I like talking to people. I used to work in a high school before the Army.
Okay.
So working with high school kids was really cool. And my college counselors did not set me up for real life the way I feel like they should have.
Right.
They preached college, but didn't explain to me the burden of student loans coming from where I came from. I had to take out a $40,000 student loan
Yep.
to go to college in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Now, it was fun. I ran cross country and I played baseball. But at the end of the year, the school said, don't come back. You can't afford this.
Dang.
So I was stuck with that $40,000 student loan. And I had no idea that the Army paid for that.
Right.
Or they gave bonuses.
That was my mistake when
No
I joined.
idea.
I had a 20. I was talking to Sergeant Henry about it earlier. I had the $20,000 bonus.
Okay.
I had no idea how to use it. So I had all these student loans and then when I came onto active duty, because I joined the reserve, when I came onto active duty, I lost that benefit.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
but of course now the Army's paid for the rest of my education, which is a great, wonderful story.
So then I became a recruiter, and they stationed me back in New York.
Of course.
I was an hour away from home recruiting at a Patchogue, Long Island, and it was a blast.
Nice.
I loved it. I did toy drives out there for disabled children.
Right.
That was really cool. I was there for about 3 years, and then I requested to come down here to Raleigh Battalion.
We're so glad you're here.
I'm so glad to be here.
Man, seeing you in action
so
these
glad to
past
be
4
here.
days has been great.
I love this.
I can tell. I can tell you love
I'm
doing
at
it.
Comic-Con. I love recruiting. I love talking. I love meeting people.
Right.
Everyone has a different backstory.
Yeah.
I was checking out of the hotel this morning, and the woman in front of me, she was telling the person behind the counter how she was in Connecticut, going to school, didn't like it, ended up in California. Now she's traveling from North Carolina to New York.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did you tell her to reroute to Winston-Salem tomorrow morning?
I don't know. I don't know. She had a lot of bags.
Man. No, that's crazy. You know, speaking of, one of the greatest things about being a recruiting NCO is getting to change people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
Like a lot of people think that, we do this because we have to, which I mean, we kind of do at the end of the day. Like it is our job, but there's a lot of people out there that they just have this passion for recruiting because at the end of the day, you are changing someone's life.
Yes.
And so do you have any success stories? I mean, you've been in 2 recruiting battalions now.
Yes.
Do you have any great success stories that you can think of somebody that you put in and you've just seen them flourish?
Yes. So I had one young man. He was bouncing around from couch to couch when I was up in New York. He had a girlfriend, just found out she was pregnant. Couldn't keep a job. He was living on friends' couches. His parents wouldn't let him live there because of whatever family issues. But he couldn't pass the ASVAB.
Yep.
He failed it twice. He had to wait 30 days. And I told him, I said, dude, this is your last go.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't get this, you have to wait 6 months. The baby's going to be here. What are you going to do? He studied day and night. He got a 32.
Right on the money.
32. Got in, went infantry, got stationed in Fort Drum. Now they got a beautiful baby girl. They got a house. They're doing great.
Man, I love looking back on some of the guys that I put in the Army and just seeing their success stories. Like it's so crazy, and I love being part of their story.
Yes,
just to have the ability to change their life.
Everybody's story is different.
Yeah,
everyone's Army experience is totally different from what I've done, from what you've done. Everyone's different.
And again, I like to reference because we've talked to a lot of great people on this podcast. I was talking to Sergeant Henry on the last podcast, and a lot of people get out of the Army at 3 years, having done nothing with their career, and all they do is they go around and they complain.
Yep.
And I'm like, but what did you do?
Yep, nothing. You stayed in. So I had a lot of kids ask me, what am I going to do in the Army after work? I said, all right, kid, dude, what do you do now? Well, I stay home and I play video games. Well, once you finish work, at the end of the day, you're going to go to your room, you're going to play video games all day. Why? Because that's what you do now. If you're not open-minded to go explore this new state, city, or country that you're living in,
right?
You're not going to want to make new friends, meet new people, and get the full experience of where you are.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, if you really think about it, there are some differences between the Army and the civilian world.
Oh, yeah.
But a majority of the time, it's the same exact thing.
Yes.
You wake up a little bit earlier. You go do some PT. If you didn't do that before, congratulations. Yep. Welcome to fitness. You go get some breakfast. You go to work 9 to 5. You go home.
That's it.
What you do when you take that uniform off, like, that's up to you. If you want to play video games, if you want to go work on cars, if you want to go build tables, like, it's totally up to you.
I've had tons of friends in the Army who work on cars after work, and then they go to car shows.
Yeah.
They got their trophies sitting in the back seat as they drive when they're 1997 Honda Accord sitting on 24s.
Right.
Like, dude, that was a cultural difference for me coming down south.
Yeah.
From New York.
Oh, yeah.
That was totally unheard of where I'm from.
So what do you like to do? Speaking of, this is a question that we ask a lot of people on this podcast. So we like to show that, soldiers are normal people.
Yes.
We put our pants on the same way as everyone else, maybe different leg at a time. But what do you like to do outside of the Army in your free time?
Outside of the Army, my free time. So of course, I collect Funko Pops. I like Funko Pops. So I go to all the GameStops, the Walmarts, the Hot Topics, the box lunches, and I pop hunt.
So you like to spend money in your free time. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But besides that, I'm big into the community.
Okay.
When I was stationed in Long Island, New York, I became a volunteer firefighter.
Nice.
And
yeah, I thought I heard you mention that earlier.
Yes. I was a volunteer firefighter in Blue Point, New York, and that was awesome. Just the environment of being in a firehouse. We had barbecues in the weekends. We did a lot of things to the community.
Yep.
The kids had their junior drill team. So now that I'm down here, I'm actually looking for a fire department. If anyone's watching and you guys need a firefighter, I'm looking for a house.
Hit up Sergeant Cobo.
And then obstacle course races.
Oh,
so I know we've had this conversation when I
Yeah.
first got here. So Spartan races. Love Spartan races.
Hate how expensive they are.
That's why you volunteer.
Yep, I
That's
know.
the way to do it.
Yep.
So I've tried other obstacle course races.
It's just
they were
not the
cool and everything. It's
same.
not the same. So I actually went for the Ultra Beast.
Ooh, I've
out
always
in
wanted to do
Jersey.
the Ultra Beast, but I just
So when I was in New York as a recruiter, I'm like, dude, if I'm gonna go do a Spartan race,
gonna go all out.
I'm wearing this.
Woo!
So I did City Field, full kit and everything. Dude, I couldn't make it up the rope.
I believe that. I can't make it up the rope as it is.
And then I did the Ultra Beast in Jersey, and I'm coming around to the halfway point, and I'm on this last obstacle. I got 2 minutes to make the time, and I failed the obstacle. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm not going to make the time. And then the volunteer was like, no, dude, go ahead. You're good. And I'm like, dude, I'm already 8 hours into this race.
Oh.
No, bro, like I'm done.
Yeah.
But he pushed me through, and I made it to about 24 miles. So I didn't finish, but it was a lot.
Have you ever done a trifecta weekend?
Yes.
That sucks.
Yes, that was a lot of fun.
That sucks.
I had the
Which one did
GoPro
you
for
do?
that one. I did it. So I did Super and Beast in one weekend, Sunday and Saturday. That was a lot of fun.
Where'd you do it at?
In South Carolina.
Okay, I didn't know they had a trifecta weekend here.
Yes.
I did
This was back in like 2015.
Okay. 2 years ago, right before I had surgery on my legs, I did the trifecta weekend in West Virginia. And let me tell you what, that was the worst decision of my life. Worst decision of my life. So Sunday, we did the Beast, which is what, 15 miles, something like that,
Yeah,
12
give or
miles,
take.
15 miles. And there was this one hill that I'm telling you, the incline was like straight up.
Was it on a ski resort?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
It had to have been a double black diamond because
Ugh.
I did the same in Pennsylvania at Palmerton.
Yep.
And I got to the ledge and I was like, oh, I'm done. I'm there. And then next thing I knew, there was like 6 more of these
Yep.
hills, and it was the worst.
It was, and the worst part, it was like up and then flat, up and then flat,
yes.
up and then flat.
Same thing in Pennsylvania.
And then on Sunday morning, we did the Super.
Okay.
Same daggone hill. Same daggone hill. And then
Like they could have cut the hills
They
and went to the
could've,
other side of
right.
the course. Yeah.
No, and then Sunday afternoon, as soon as I came across the finish line of the Super, went to my locker, grabbed leftover Fazoli's breadsticks, pounded those, went straight back to the start line, and did the sprint.
Oh, man.
Worst decision of my life, but
man.
so much fun.
But now you got stories.
Exactly.
That's all. That's my aspect on doing things. If I'm going to have a story to tell later when
Yeah.
I'm old and gray, sitting in the rocking chair, I'm going to do it.
So with that being said, what is the coolest story that you have from your experience in your time in the Army?
So there's a lot of stories after work that can't get talked about here.
That's on the After Hours podcast.
Yeah, After Dark. The coolest story that I've had so far in the Army. Oh, all right. So we were at JRTC. It's in Fort Polk, Louisiana.
Fort Polk.
And I'm on a retrans team supporting the brigade for communications. I got a squad of 12 Bravo combat engineers and then a platoon size element for MPs providing security for all of us at this consulate wherever we were. And it's just me and an NCO in this Humvee. And like I said, I'm from Brooklyn. And they sent me to Louisiana. The snakes, the spiders.
Yeah.
Dude, I wasn't with it. All right. I was not with it. Granted, if I had to sleep outside, I would sleep outside. But I slept in the Humvee. So about 2 a.m., the 50 cal starts going off. I jump up. I'm scrambling to put my clothes on, put my boots on and everything. And then we start running towards the door of the building, me and this NCO. And I had forgot that the antenna cable from the roof was slung down going to the Humvee.
Yeah.
When I tell you I ate that ground, I tripped so hard, hit the ground. My rifle fell, and I look over, and what got me more upset than falling was that somebody else had to pick up my rifle for me, right? So they gave me my rifle. We get up, we go into this building, and we're trying to make our way to the third floor because that's where the snipers are. And I don't know why they did this when they knew we were down there, but they blocked the staircases with desks and barbed wire. So we're like, yeah, we can't go this way. So we had to find another way in. Finally made it to the third floor, and we get up there, and they're like, "Oh, you guys are still here?"
Yeah.
Like, dude, we were outside in the Humvee with the radios. So that's one of my funnier stories, and that was real fun. You know, we got to experience all that stuff. And then in Germany, for one of the, we went out to Germany, and this is my first time ever being in Germany. What made Germany so great was that my grandpa was on that same base that I was in Grafenwehr and Hohenfels.
That's cool.
During World War II.
Yeah.
So that was awesome. And then just being a kid from Brooklyn, you know, like seeing skyscrapers and everything, that's totally normal for me. But Germany had castles.
Oh, yeah.
That I was not prepared for.
Right?
So just seeing another country's norm was just so great for me.
That's one of my,
so
like
beautiful.
I said, going back to, I think I said at the beginning, one of my favorite parts is just traveling.
Yes.
Being able to see the different cultures, the different foods, the different architecture. It's just been so cool.
So the thing with the foods, for me, it's bad because I know what good pizza is supposed to taste like.
Oh, yeah.
So whenever I go to all these states or whatever, and all these pizzerias say New York style pizza or Brooklyn style pizza, I walk in there, I'm like, dude, where are you from? Oh, I'm from here. So what do you know what my kind of pizza tastes like? You know? So that getting good pizza for me anywhere else I go outside of New York is always rough.
Right. No, that's fair. Well, hey, man, it's been a pleasure having you on here.
It's been great being here.
I sincerely appreciate you coming on. We're going to wrap this up with a couple deep questions.
Okay, shoot.
So first question.
Go.
If you were on death row and you had one meal left, what would you pick?
Before last month, it would have been chicken tikka masala.
Ooh, that sounds good.
But last month, I finally tried bulgogi.
Bulgogi?
Yes.
What is bulgogi?
Korean beef. Ooh. So it would be bulgogi. That'd be my last meal.
Okay. Solid shit. That's a first. We typically get like pizza, barbecue, burgers. We've had mac and cheese.
I'm trying to go out good.
No, yeah. Okay, second question. What are your last words of wisdom for the people that are listening to or going to listen to this episode?
Got you. If you're trying to do something, anything in life, don't seek advice from someone who has never done it.
That's fair. That's really smart.
That is the biggest piece of advice I can give to anybody.
Yeah.
If you want to be a policeman, don't ask a firefighter or a librarian.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Well, hey, it seems like somebody gave you a shout out.
Okay.
Sorry, is it Schumacher or Shoemaker?
Shoemaker.
I've always called him Schumacher. Sorry, bro.
My man.
Second best recruiter in Winston-Salem behind him. So with that being said,
you're welcome.
Anybody that is in the Winston-Salem area, give Sergeant Cobo a shout, man. He will hook you up. He'll get you on the right track. He has a passion for this. absolutely loves helping people.
Yes, I
If
do.
they want to reach out to you, as I can see it already on here, Son Shoemaker's already put your IG,
My
SSG
man.
Cobo.
You know what? I'm gonna bring you home a pop.
There you go.
I got you.
Funko Pop. So is it the social media handle the same across the board?
Yes.
SSG Cobo?
So my social media right now, it's only Instagram. It's SSG Cobo. If you want to check out the station, it's Army WS for Instagram.
And then if they wanted to give you a call, what number could they call you at? He's like, I don't know. I just got
Hold
this
on,
new
I got
phone.
you right now. Got you
Let
right
me get
now.
out
My
that business
number
card.
is 336-267-7324.
Excellent. Well, again, man, it's been a pleasure having you on the
Hey,
podcast.
It's been a pleasure being here.
I hope
Thank
to have you back on the podcast again. If you were in the Winston-Salem area,
Yes, sir.
give Sergeant Cobo a shout. Do not give Sergeant Shoemaker a call. Sergeant Cobo's going to hook you up again. It's been a pleasure being here at GalaxyCon. GalaxyCon staff, again, if you are checking this out, we sincerely appreciate you. You guys have thrown on a spectacular event.
The volunteers were awesome.
Volunteers have been
So
amazing.
awesome.
Everybody that's been here has been
Yes.
super amazing. We hope to be back again next year.
Yes, we do.
So again, if you're on social media and you're not following our social media accounts, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube. Just look for @GoArmyRaleighBN, and we will see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.